Well, hello there, and welcome to Cityline. It is great to be in your home. I'm zooming from my kitchen. Yep, we're still doing this remote, but the day is coming when we're back in the studio, so don't stop watching. We have a great hour ahead of us. Later on, we'll be talking with Tacoma Historical Society. Our former mayor, Phil Barsma, will be here, along with Carla Stover, to talk about a book that she has written called Wicked. And it's all about the dubious history of Tacoma. And then we'll have three individuals here from Lutheran Community Services Northwest to talk about Circle of Welcome, which is a wonderful refugee service that they currently have their arms around. Kim Badir will be here from Tacoma Venues and Events to talk about a Tacoma job fair. The Humane Society is here at the Pet of the Week. And with me right now, I was talking before we got on the air, is one of my favorite past Tacoma City Council members. And she currently, of course, is our Pierce County Auditor. I'm talking about Julie and to talk about our Pierce County elections. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning, Amanda. Good to see you again.
Good to have you here, my dear. It looks like you had a beautiful vacation. I was following you on social media. And I thought, if anybody needs sunshine, fresh air, and a break, it's Julie Anderson.
I think that we can all benefit from a touch of nature. So enjoy and appreciate our parks. We've got a great public land system and a park system, you guys. And occasionally those measures come up on ballots too.
Yes, they do. So speaking of that, we have a primary election coming up. When do the ballots get mailed?
We're mailing ballots out July 16th. So today is the 14th. So we're going to be getting busy on Friday. Most voters are going to receive those ballots in their mailboxes on Saturday, some on Monday. If you have a household of voters, don't freak out if they don't all arrive at the same time. That's normal. Don't panic. Wait a while. Wait a minute. But most people will be seeing them this weekend. And if you can, vote early.
And in case they didn't receive a ballot, they wait. Let's say they give it the right amount of time. What do they do, Julie?
Oh, easy peasy. Just give us a call. It's 253-798-VOTE, or jump online, piercecountyelections.org. And right at the top, it'll talk about replacement ballots or how to contact us. So no worries. It's not a problem at all to issue you a replacement ballot. And just a reminder, that is a very secure procedure. You can request as many replacement ballots as you want, but you only get to vote on one because we track that stuff.
That's right. That's right. Even though you may have a favorite candidate, the whole neighborhood can't come together and submit unlimited ballots for that person.
Not even more than one. So it's just one person, one vote.
So Julie, when is the last day for online registration? If you're somebody who is just kind of having a hard time getting back into the groove.
Yeah. So that's July the 26th is the last day for online or mail-in registration. After that, in the 8-day period before the August 3rd election, you're going to need to show up in person to our office at the election center. So that's just in the final 8 days. And as a reminder, if you're out talking to a neighbor on election day and they haven't voted and they are suddenly interested and they're not registered, for any reason, if they can't find their ballot, can't find their voter pamphlet, or they're not even sure if they're registered, first of all, call us, but they can go to any one of the public libraries on election day only for election day voter services, including getting a printed ballot and getting registered.
Fantastic. So, my brain's a little foggy from COVID. So if Amanda Westbrook wants to check to see if I'm registered to vote, how do I do that, Julie?
Oh, easy peasy. Again, you can do no wrong by going to piercecountyelections.org. But the link for voter registration is going to take you to votewa.gov. For the last 2 years, we've had a centralized statewide voter registration system, and that's called VoteWA. So votewa.gov will allow you to take a peek, confirm your registration, and you can even update your address. If you can't wait for Saturday and you want to look at your ballot, you can see your own sample ballot that's personalized. It's the actual one you'll be getting, and a ton of other stuff on votewa.gov.
I love that. So let's dive in. What are some of the races that will be on the ballot? And conversely, what races will not be on this ballot?
Yeah, we're already getting calls from our military voters. They get their ballots early, military and overseas voters. And this is a primary, and it's going to be a primary for local elections. This is local election year, which typically has a lower voter turnout, but I'm really hoping that voters and campaigns will prove me wrong. And in this primary, because all of the races are nonpartisan, which means that when you run for Tacoma City Council or Eatonville Mayor, you don't declare a party. It's just nonpartisan. So in a weird state law that I continue to try to get changed, in these primary races in nonpartisan, I think this is good, but it's confusing because it doesn't apply to the state offices, which are partisan. Okay, but for nonpartisan offices, it takes 3 or more people in the primary to trigger a primary election. So if only 2 people file, or only 1 person, they're not going to show on your ballot in the August primary. And I know a lot of people are closely watching our largest city. The city of Tacoma has some substantial city council seats. And the Tacoma's public school district, the same. But you're not necessarily going to see those on your ballot. So you're going to see some races in the city of Tacoma, but you're not going to see anything for the Tacoma School District. And that's all because of that 3 or more primary trigger. If I can share my screen for just a second, if you think that you're supposed to be seeing something that is not on your ballot, check this out at piercecountyelections.org. See who is filed for office. And you can check for yourself that only, actually Port of Tacoma was a busy race. You definitely are going to see that on your primary ballot. But if you wanted to see if there were 2 or more or 3 or more, then you can just go check there.
Outstanding, Julie, because I know that for instance, if you're not aware of that, there may be a tendency to pick up the phone and call and say, my candidate's not on there. The system's broken. What's going on?
Yeah. And we encourage people to call us with questions, and it's not a dumb question. Very, very few people understand this or remember it.
So Julie, what type of turnout do you expect for this election? Because you have been my greatest teacher when it comes to how important the local elections are, but how we typically sometimes get what we think is more turnout and more presence in a presidential election.
Right. So I'm going to cringe. We're expecting a 25% turnout.
Oh, no.
Yeah, compared to over 80% in the fall election. And that is a function of people's understanding and feeling of connectedness with local government, and whether they feel like they have a relationship with local government. And it also is a function of money. Local elections, you have to raise a little bit and you have to spend a little bit, but nothing like the gabillions of dollars that we see in a presidential cycle. So people's awareness is low, and in some cases, people's interests are low. But man, on this ballot, we've got parks, we've got fire levies, we've got city and town councils, we've got a mayor's race in Bonnie Lake and Eatonville, and school districts. Come on, schools, life safety, parks. And
Yes.
then local government, and local government is making some really big decisions right now, how to spend through CARES Act money and lots of federal money, making decisions about urban density and design, school boards. It goes without saying how important those are. And then we opened the segment talking about the importance of parks and public lands, but even still, it's going to be a fairly low turnout. But who knows how coming out of COVID is going to affect that. I'm really hoping that campaigns and candidates get out there and are more visible and actually interact with people. That always boosts turnout, is that interpersonal contact between the cause and the voter.
I love that. So Julie, get out your crystal ball. What will election night look like?
No crystal ball needed. It's going to be smooth, and it's going to be like warm butter. It's going to be great. Not greasy, but great. Election night is, regardless of whether we have 25% or 80% of voters turning out, election night is always a lot of fun, and it goes very smoothly. Expecting last minute questions, and voters were prepared for that. Give us a call. We're going to be calling out the first round of results at around 8:15, which is normal and probably earlier, but we like to under promise and over deliver. So, start checking out our website and our social media feeds at around 8:05.
All right, perfect. Julie, as always, it's a seamless experience of knowledge and empowerment talking to you. Fred and I were just saying, what will we do when she has to leave and not be our auditor? None of us can even comprehend that, so I'm not going to talk about that. But I am going to say thank you so very much for what you and your team do. We have another election coming up in November, so I'm
Yes.
going to see sooner than later after this primary to talk about how we really gear up for this.
Right. And if people are excited about the November election, you should be super excited about the primary, because this is your chance to influence who gets into November. And if you sit out the primary and then you're thinking, oh, why isn't she on the ballot? Because you didn't vote in the primary.
Exactly. So people get out there and vote.
Yeah.
Julie, thank you so much, my dear. And I will see you soon.
All right. Bye.